Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Vijeta, and today I will be reviewing the audiobook Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and it is narrated by Elizabeth Klett on librivox. It's a free audiobook, so you can listen to it. As we all know, Pride and Prejudice is a tale of people's characters. For instance, a lot of you who have read Pride and Prejudice already know that it is the story of the romantic age. Like it's a novel written before the pre-Victorian times. Like it's a novel before the Victorian times, and it revolves around Mrs. Bennet and her five daughters. Mrs. Bennet, a woman who is in her late 50s, and she wants her daughters to be married respectfully because that was the norm of the time in England. So she has five daughters, and she is a frivolous kind of a woman, very nervous. Like she's not as subtly composed like her husband. Her husband is more calm and composed. And then her daughters, like Jane and Elizabeth, are more serene. They are more contented. They are more contained. But unlike Kitty and Lydia, they are more assured of themselves. And Kitty and Lydia are more like her mother. They are more frivolous. And then Mary, who is a bookish kind of a woman person, she likes to, show how much learned she is, and she wants to showcase her knowledge in front of everybody. So you have these vast kind of characters, and then you have Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, and the stories about how Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy fall in love, and how Elizabeth gets past her prejudices, because as we understand from the novel, we think that okay, Elizabeth has read a lot, she is very critical of human nature, unlike Jane is more serene. She likes to be very optimistic. She wants to think good of everybody. I mean, she is not without sense, but she has this thing that she will think that okay, maybe there is a reason behind somebody who is behaving like that, which is another good quality. And that is why I like Pride and Prejudice. It has so much descriptive value to it. Like, why is a person like somebody? Like, there is no cardboard cutouts. We have descriptions of every character. And we have like a lot of characters. We have a variety of characters. So that is the thing. Then we have Mr. Collins, who is this pompous guy, and Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who is condescending. Mr. Darcy, who is proud, but he has principles, which we get to know later in the novel. Like, he has these layers in his character. He is kind of commanding. He has this rough exterior, but there is more to him than that. And Mr. Bingley, who is easily persuaded by Mr. Darcy, and then Caroline Bingley. All of these characters have various personalities and different personalities with a lot of layers to it. And I think Elizabeth Klett does a great job in bringing out all those personalities by enacting their voices. And you can distinguish each and every voice, because she's not only differing her voice for each character, she's bringing out that personality also. Like when she's enacting Mr. Collins, you can hear that how Mr. Collins always wants to appease everybody, but he wants to show himself off. And that kind of thing is very visible in that voice of Miss Klett. Like Jane and Elizabeth, they both are women in their 20s, but you see like Jane has this serene kind of voice, but Elizabeth's voice is more sharp, showing that how critical she can be. Like there is a little bit of sharpness in her. Then Mary's voice is very self-contained, like not in a very good way. Like she's always showing off bookish knowledge, and she's just more of a rote learner kind of a girl. And Kitty and Lydia, they are jolly-go-lucky kind of women and girls actually, and that kind of thing can be heard in that voice. And then Mrs. Bennet, she's always very frivolous, and she's kind of feisty, if I can say feistiness, in a way that she also shows off all the time, and she's like that gossiping auntie that you can see in your neighborhood, and that kind of thing comes out in that voice. And she's also old, so that thing also is not that. When you listen to Miss Klett, she tries to bring out that the thing that she's a middle-aged woman when she's enacting Mrs. Bennet. So that is amazing. With Mr. Bennet also, like her male voices are also good. Like she adds bass to her voice. Even they are kind of believable. Like Mr. Bennet has this composed voice, very thoughtful voice. Mr. Bingley's voice is more charming, like a gallant tone to it. Mr. Darcy has this commanding voice, very assured of himself. And all these voices are done very well. So with each voice, the personality of each character comes out, and I think Miss Klett has read her material very nicely, because you can see that she is doing justice to the vast description of everybody's personality by Miss Austen, and she is doing justice to that because she is bringing out all those personality types in her voice. So I think it's an amazing experience if you listen to this audiobook. Besides that, if she's describing objects, that flourishing language, that voice of hers is very serene. So she is very much suited to read Jane Austen's novels, because the tone of Miss Austen's novels is very serene, like a quiet country life kind of a thing. And Miss Klett brings it out perfectly by her serene voice, her beautiful voice, her calm voice, introspective kind of voice. And I like that very much about her. Even in Jane Eyre, she has done the same thing. So, like, she has this variety in her voice, this calmness in her voice, this sereneness in her voice. And you can enjoy this audiobook, and you can gain a new perspective on this audiobook. There are certain things that you might have not understood about the personalities of these people, but after listening to her, you might get a new perspective, a new understanding. So I think you must give it a try. And besides, it's a free audiobook. So what is there to lose? And yeah, you can listen to it while doing your chores, while driving, while doing anything. And yeah, give it a try. And if you liked my review of the audiobook, please give my video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and comment below if you want to listen to some other review, or if you want to suggest some other audiobooks or books. And I will meet you all in the next video. Bye.